Estimation of the scope or estimation of the work to be done is one of the most difficult phases of any project. So, in this short experiment, I'm going to try to use these three different AI tools. One is ChatGPT, other is Gemini, third one is the Meta AI, to feed historical data from a project and then try to find out whether it can give us some kind of estimate for upcoming tasks, okay, or upcoming work, future work. So let's start. So the here let's start with some basics. So in this is the Gemini from Google. So I'm just going to give the basic persona that it can assume that I'm giving here. You are an experienced software development manager with expertise in estimation. Okay. So it says, great, I've been in software development for so many years, and let me tell you, estimation is both an art and science, so on. The same thing we'll do with the ChatGPT also. Okay, that's a crucial aspects, the technologies. Okay, so with Meta, so we'll go here. We'll say continue without login. I'll just put something here. Well, okay. So this gives a little bit more information here. Estimation is crucial, and it is giving about the estimation techniques we, in a software development project like story point estimation, t-shirt size, and so on. And when it comes to estimation, it's essential to consider factors such as complexity, uncertainty, team velocity, historical data, stakeholder expectations. So, very good. So now the next I'm going to do is, let me see. Let's say if the team is using a Jira tool for managing the project. So I'm going to just say my team is using uh, Jira, okay, for project management. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it in other tools also. But let's see what this says. Yeah, Jira is a fantastic tool. Okay, great. So the same thing I'll do in Gemini. Okay, so here, go here. Okay, so there is some more information. How here is how I can assist you further, so you can read through it. So the next one is my team is using Jira. Okay, integration with estimation tools. Depending on your team's specific needs, Jira integrates with various estimation tools and plugins that can enhance its capabilities for estimation and project management. There are other useful suggestions here, like using custom fields and how to do time tracking, etc., and using burnout charts. But this one is interesting, integration with estimation tools. So there could be some plugins. So I can ask the question, are there any plugins, Jira plugins for estimation? Okay. So I'm going to just copy the same thing. It says, yeah, there are more here. Yeah. So looks like there are some plugins for Jira for estimation to help with estimation. And if I ask the same thing in Gemini, it says, yeah, there are several. Agile Poker, Story Points, and Agile Tools. Okay, that is a plugin. Agile Estimate. Okay, and this one, searching. Yeah, this was, yeah, slightly different answers, but yeah, overall there is Agile Poker, and there are more. Looks like more plugins available, but yeah, that's not the subject of today's video here. And let's say um, we can also ask my team has historical estimation data in Jira tickets. Estimation data in Jira tickets. Okay, if I supply this data to you, can you help to estimate an upcoming task? Let me know what information you need, because you can just ensure that the data it wants or desires is enough. So let's say it says, absolutely, it says, this is ChatGPT, task description, historical data. So it says in the historical data should include metrics such as estimated time, actual time spent, story points, or any other relevant information or estimation units used by your team. So context, any additional context. So if you ask the same thing to here, it says, while I can't directly access or process data from a specific Jira instance, that's fine. But yeah, it gives some information here. Task descriptions, story points or estimates, completion time. So these are the main three things which are needed, and also the complexity, which is not. And some tips are there here. That's fine. If we give the same thing to Meta, so this one has, it's a great idea. So it says, to help with estimation, please provide the following information from your Jira tickets: issue type, story task bug, then estimation field, there is story points or hours for completed tickets, then actual time spent for completed tickets, and issue description, brief summary of work done, then tags or labels, if any, then complexity or priority levels, team members. So these would be helpful. Then sprint number, etc. Then for the upcoming task, please provide description of brief summary and issue type and tax labels if applicable. With this data, I can help you. So this one, Meta seems to be more specific in asking what it wants, which is great. So what I have done here is I collected, or actually synthesized, sample data, fake data, which looks like a report or historical data extract from any tool, you can Jira or anything. So this is the ticket number and estimation value, which is the original estimation in hours. not using story points or whatever. If you want to think this as a story point, that's fine. Then there is actual time, which is which was actually spent on completing that ticket. There is a ticket type and complexity. So in this table, I'm not adding any team member or assignee or any other information. So if that information is available, it can be used. Probably it would be more helpful to understand from and get that kind of estimation by team member also probably. But right now, let's stick to this simple table here. So this one, uh, I am going to feed this to these tools here and then just ask some questions. Okay. So this one, I saved it as CSV here. I'm going to copy this and then feed it to ChatGPT first. So I'm going to say, uh, here is my historical data. Okay, historical data from Jira in CSV format. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here. Just I'm going to copy this whole thing. Okay, so now it says, great, thank you for providing the historical data. Let's analyze it to generate an estimate for your upcoming task. So before you proceed, could you please provide a brief description of upcoming task? So we'll do that a little later, but let's see what Gemini says here for the same thing. This is the historical data. It's trying to digest it. Okay, so it is giving some advice that identify to estimate an upcoming task, what can be done. Identify similar tasks, consider time estimates, analyze completion time, and so on. Okay, same thing if you had ask Meta. I mean, same thing we feed the data to Meta. So this one is saying, let me summarize. You have 75 historical tickets with estimation values so and so. The estimation value ranges from 1 to 13 hours and so on. So this one is actually analyzing and already giving some insights here, some statistics. Now, to estimate an upcoming task, I will apply simple regression analysis. Please provide the following details. So this one, the response from Meta looks much more professional and to the point. But anyway, so let's go back to ChatGPT and ask, like, let's say, please analyze the supplied data and provide your insights and statistics. Okay, let's say. So yeah, so there is some information here, task average time. All right, so there are three types of tickets: task, story, and bug. So it's giving the average estimation accuracy. So if you look at this, um, this analysis reveals that, on an average, task and bug tickets tend to have slightly higher estimation accuracy because the estimate and the actual are closer on an average. compared to story tickets. However, the differences are relatively minor. Next, let's examine the relationship between complexity and estimation accuracy. So that is also here complexity 1, average estimation accuracy. Thus, there are 5 complexity levels. 1 is simplest, 5 is most complex. So these are the, by complexity, what is the accuracy? Okay. This analysis suggests that there might be a correlation between complexity and estimation accuracy. See that tasks with lower complexity, rated 1 and 2, tend to have higher estimation accuracy because apparently this difference is less here, 1.18. While tasks with higher complexity have slightly lower estimation accuracy, however, the difference is not drastic. Overall, these insights provide valuable information for understanding historical estimation accuracy. Now, if you ask the same question to Gemini, say, analyze and provide statistics or insights, what does it think? Oh, try submitting the prompt again. Okay, let's try again. Taking longer time to think. This looks like it cannot understand or some problem. So let's go to Meta and let's see what does it say. So this one, yeah, this one is, see, Meta's response is much more professional. After analyzing the supply data, some insight and statistics, no, median, standard deviation, all that complexity, okay, correlation. So there are some insights here. Estimation value versus actual time. That is strong positive correlation, 0.83, indicating that as estimation values increase, actual time spent also tends to increase. Okay. This estimation value versus complexity, suggesting that more complex tasks tend to have higher estimation values. Yes. Then moderate, this one indicating more complex tasks tend to take longer time to complete. Yeah, that is expected. Now there are other types of analysis here. Okay, insights. The data suggests that the team tends to overestimate task duration as actual time is generally lower than estimation value. That means it is putting some buffer in some cases. Complexity is a significant factor in estimation, with more complex tasks having higher estimation values and taking longer to complete. Story tickets tend to have higher estimation values, that type story, and take longer to complete compared to task and bug tickets. Okay. So this is very useful. I think now uh, what we can do is uh, we can also ask now. Let's say there is an upcoming coming task or ticket, let's say, because task is a type of ticket. There is an upcoming ticket of type, let's say, task, and complexity, put it 3, complexity 3. What is your estimate? Okay, this is to ChatGPT. So it says, based on historical data, considering the upcoming task type is task and complexity level 3, here is the estimate. Okay, so it says, given the task of complexity level 3 have an average estimation accuracy of 1.95 hours. We can use this as a baseline. Keep in mind the estimation is inherently uncertain. Various other factors can affect it. Okay, it's also essential to consider any specific details or requirements. So based on the historical data and complexity level, my estimate for the upcoming task of complexity 3 would be approximately 1.95 hours. However, it's a good practice to review the task details and adjust estimate. Now, same question if you ask this guy, Gemini. So it's taking longer. I'm not sure whether it's going to come back with any response. No, I don't know why this is. It's not working now. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to Meta. So it is getting something like based on the historical data, and I'll produce estimate for the upcoming task. Okay. So it has come up with some formula here, some regression models, those statistical models. Uh, Additional consideration: complexity 3 is slightly. This is very interesting here. So the actual estimation based on the statistical analysis it found before is rounding to the nearest estimate is 4 hours. But now complexity 3 is slightly above the median complexity, so we might add a small buffer, which is zero point 0.5. The team tends to overestimate, so we might subtract a small amount. So this is very interesting. They is trying to compensate for those overestimates or the buffers, and also the complexity level here. So final estimate is 4 plus 0.5. Then because team tendency so far is overestimation, it is subtracting that little small 0.25 quarter 15 minutes there. So overall it's coming at 4.25 hours. So again, rounded to nearest whole number if you want to estimate is about 4 hours. This is a data driven estimate, and the actual time spent may vary depending on various factors. This is very interesting. So it gives some very helpful tips on the approach, overall approach to estimation based on the historical data, if it is available, adding some buffer, also compensating it for with for some the tendency which has found so far. So this is interesting. Now, what I'm going to do next is, let's say we get more information or more. Let's say we spend one more week and we get this additional sprint is done, additional data is available with few more tickets and estimation value and actual value, same thing. So I'm going to supply this also in addition to this and see if anything changes, what it says. Now this is uh, the think this is not the right one. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so I'm going to add that CSV, only these tickets, to all the three chatbots here. So I'm going to say now add this additional data to the data set supplied before. Okay, say let's say so it has recalculated some uh, average accuracy and other things for each of the task types or ticket types, and it is ready for the next. Uh, let's say let's try this Gemini also once again. Not sure it's going to work or not, but let's move on to Meta. Add this. Here is the updated analysis. Great. Okay, insights. This is interesting again. The new data points have slightly increased the mean estimation value and actual time, but the overall trends and correlations remain similar. The team still tends to overestimate task duration, especially for story tickets. Same complexity remains a significant factor. With the updated analysis, my estimate for the upcoming task ticket with complexity 3 remains 4 hours. So this is great. I mean, if you look at uh, Gemini has some problems, so let's stop it now. So here, if you see, especially uh, estimation 9, so this one estimated value was 6 here and actual time taken is 18 for one of the stories. So let's try to ask, is there any outlier? Outlier, okay. Yeah, so it comes with, yeah, it has comes given some analysis and description, but basically it is saying ticket ID 826 and 510 520. 826 is, think this one, yeah, 826 is 6 hours, or the estimate 18 hours. So we'll have 6 hours 18, difference is 12 hours. And CMO 520, where is 520? 520 is this one, yeah, 6 hours 6 9 hours. So there is significant difference here. So it is pointing out those two tickets. These tasks have differences between the estimated and actual time spent that are notably larger than the average estimation accuracy. They could be considered potential outliers that may require further investigation to understand the reasons for uh, these differences. You may need more detailed analysis or assistance in addressing these potential outliers. Feel free to ask. Okay. Now, Gemini is not working, but let's see what Meta says. Yes, there are few outliers in the data set. One notable outlier is 826. Uh, Actual time 18 hours, significantly higher. Uh, okay, that's great. And then additionally, there are a few tickets with actual time values of 0 hours, which may indicate that these tickets are either cancelled or not started. Actual time 0 hours. I'm not sure why it's saying that. I'm not seeing anything. Oh yeah, 0 hours here. 0 hours. Yeah, 0 hours. So yeah, Meta is saying there are actually few tickets with 0 hours, which may indicate those tickets were either cancelled or not started. Great. So the more formally, it has calculated this 826, 497, 293, 865. These outliers may require further investigation to understand the reasons for their unusual actual time values. So great. Overall, I'm not sure why Gemini has a problem. Let's see. It was again now. Let's see. Nope. Still having problem. Okay, I'll abandon that. So, but anyway, overall, these uh, chatbots, AI chatbots, they seem to be very helpful in understanding the trends in estimation. The actuals and the estimated values. What are the trends? What are the where are the big differences? And analysis, overall analysis, where to focus, where could be discrepancy, etc. And especially Meta seems to be is overall giving better answers, more professional, very to the point and sharp. So this could be further enhanced, I think, if more factual data is available or with more information, contextual information is available. But overall, this was a small experiment to just to understand how these chatbots are doing, uh, given this, or what are the responses given the this historical data feed. Thank you.